concept of an era might be one of the greatest things that has ever been created. So preach to Miss Taylor Swift for that. Because I didn't even realize I was doing it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm in this era. I'm in my confidence era. I'm in my fitness era. And like, I didn't even realize like Taylor Swift eras to it and everything. That's where that came from. So well done, genius for that. But today we're going to learn. Is everyone ready to learn? You probably all know all this. And I apologize for being stupid. But we're going to learn about all the different eras of Miss Taylor Swift. And I'm excited, so let's go. But if you do enjoy the video and can subscribe, mean a lot. And all my full uncut versions of everything is on Patreon. Follow my Twitch for the live streams and the album reactions. They will be coming when I actually can stream, I promise. But let's go. Right, phone on silent, because we need to learn. Let's go.
This is the story we're going to be telling over and over again. In 2010, how we got to win Album of the Year at the Grammys. Thank you.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today,
Thank you for
we're
having
looking
me.
at all of Taylor Swift's iconic eras so far.
Female artists that I know of have reinvented themselves 20 times more than the male artists. They have to.
Oh.
Debut
Preach
era.
it. Oh.
Though she may now be far from
Get me
her
a cowboy
cowboy
hat.
boot days, Taylor Swift originally got her start in country music.
Yeah.
After relocating from her hometown in Pennsylvania to Hendersonville, Tennessee, Swift began trying to enter the Nashville music scene.
We visited Taylor a year ago at
Nashville
Hendersonville
music scene.
High when we thought her talent was special.
Little did they know.
It wasn't long
Burn.
until she was discovered by DreamWorks executive Scott Borchetta while performing at the Bluebird Cafe. Signing with Borchetta's new label,
See?
Big Machine Records, Swift quickly got to work on her eponymous debut album. It was heavily influenced by the young artist's love of country greats like Shania Twain and the Chicks. At only 16 years old, Swift was taking the world by storm, and the best was yet to come.
16 years of age, Miss Taylor Swift. I did not realize the legend that you are. Oh my, my mind can't not comprehend that. Jesus.
Hey, I'm Taylor. I'm 11.
Oh, not Ellen.
I want a record deal. Call me. You know. And
Is
that
that all it
didn't work,
takes?
obviously. But
Oh.
it did teach me that I needed to be different.
Fearless era.
I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there.
Oh, if anyone can like link any of these live performances in the description, I have like a form for like reactions and everything, suggestions. If anyone can link any of these type of live performances, that would be so cool. Like the old ones, I'm very curious.
In 2008, the Fearless era entered the scene in a sparkly, fringy celebration of girlhood and adolescence. Remaining in the country genre,
Yeah, I was gonna
Swift
say,
explored
still
themes
very
of
country.
love, heartbreak, and growing
very.
up. The hard work paid off, as Fearless earned Taylor Swift her first Album of the Year award at the 52nd Annual Grammys.
Woo woo!
But all that glitters is not gold. On September 13th, 2009, Swift was awarded Best Female Video at the MTV VMAs. To everyone's surprise, rapper Kanye West interrupted her acceptance speech with one of the most infamous lines in award show history.
Oh no.
Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
The moment would go
Oh,
on
the
to permanently
cringe.
mark Swift's career and inspire the iconic Saturday Night Live monologue song.
But there's nothing more to say, 'cause everything's okay. I've got security lining the stage.
Speak Now era.
Usually Saturday Night Live is not that funny. That was quite funny. I'll give it to Taylor, but oh my god, the second hand cringe. I'm gone. I'll be
Singing this at the Grammys.
Coming off the heels of Fearless, the songstress went straight back to work.
thought I didn't
this
know the
time
words.
to record Speak Now. The country pop album featured influences of pop rock and tracks like Back to December and Dear John, which incited speculation about Swift's exes. Oh, and did we mention that she wrote it by herself, save for a bonus track that has since been retconned to another era?
You wrote the entire thing by
Oh, if this was a movie or whatever it was, and it got retconned to like the Fearless era or something with the Taylor's versions. Oh, spill the tea, Miss Mojo.
Yes.
every
Get
song.
Ellen off my screen. Why is she there?
That's something that makes me really proud of this album because,
Yeah.
I mean, it took 2 years to make this album.
The album took stylistic chances and worked with enhanced lyricism, producing multiple fan favorite tracks, including the love letter that is long live.
Tell 'em how the crowds went wild. Tell 'em
I love.
how
I wish I could go back and listen again.
From
I wish I
2011 to
could.
2012,
For, like, the
Swift
first
also
time.
embarked on a world tour where she began writing lyrics down her left arm, which became emblematic of the era.
Oh.
Red era.
Dear John.
The Taylor Swift we
Love
know
it.
today loves a little experimentation,
Love
and
it.
we can thank Red for much of it. For her fourth album, Swift opted to not restrict herself to one genre. The
Fourth.
result was a hybrid of country, rock, and pop that changed the whole game. Inspired by
And it was
Joni Mitchell's
amazing.
Blue, Red is
Amazing.
distinctly more mature in both its sound and lyrics,
Yeah.
often reflecting on a previous relationship with an older man. It produced
Oh.
multiple hits, including We Are Never
Would not know
Ever
how that
Getting Back
feels.
Together and the meme-ified I Knew You Were Trouble, as well as fan favorite All Too Well.
cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here 'cause I remember it.
Oh. Oh.
The era was symbolized
love
by
it.
things like heart-shaped sunglasses, Swift's signature hairdo, and, of course, a whole lot of red and vulnerability.
Yes.
We're thinking we're gonna do like maybe bangs, maybe like some extensions. I'm like, you know what? Just cut it. This is Vogue. Why not?
Vogue.
So I have bangs now.
1980s
Red era is so early 2010s, and I absolutely love it for that. Like, it just sums up that time like absolutely perfectly, and I love it. And oh, Red is a good album. Red is such a good album. 1989 though. Oh, are we ready?
89 era.
Cherry lips, crystal skies. I could show you incredible things.
After the experimentation of Red, many wondered if Swift was leaving country behind for good. By early 2014, Swift was
And she made the right
single,
choice.
chopped her long hair, and moved to New York City.
Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you.
So it
Welcome
was
to
only
New
fitting
York.
that she adopted a
Welcome to
new
New
sound, too.
Yep.
Indeed, Swift made the potentially risky move to fully transition to pop.
Pop Bible. So, wanna just you and me.
Emulating the sounds of the 1980s,
Love it.
1989 became an instant commercial success,
Yep.
spurring multiple hits like Blank Space and Bad Blood, and earning Swift another Album of the Year award.
Deserved.
Skyrocketing to pop star
Deserved.
status, Swift was the moment, but she was unfortunately also at the center of increasingly
is the
heavy
moment.
criticism. Everything from her public feud with Katy Perry to speculation about her ex Harry Styles to her so-called squad was scrutinized. Sadly, when it came to a public lashing, the worst was yet to come.
Is that? Oh, Jack. He did. So he's done a lot of the newer albums. I know that. Has he been there since 1989? Or is this just like? Surely this must be 1989 if they're talking about 1989. Like, look at the hair. It's 1989. So is he been there since? That's him out of that band. What's going on?
There
This
are
is
going
crazy.
to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame.
Reputation era.
Oh.
Ready for it?
No.
To say 2016
Best era.
was not Swift's year is an understatement. After the release of
Oh,
Kanye West's
yeah.
song Famous and the edited phone call footage between West and Swift, a hate campaign was launched against the songstress.
Does anyone have the date or the goss for this era? Because I don't know too much about it. Obviously, I know some of the Kanye stuff, but I didn't know there was edited phone calls and everything. Oh. I need the drama. Sorry, I'm toxic. I'm sorry, I need it.
Led by Kim Kardashian, people left snake emojis on Swift's posts and tweeted disparaging things under cruel hashtags. In response, the star disappeared from a public eye for an entire year.
On
Gee,
Monday,
that
she made her
sounds
return to
insane
social
now.
media. Look at this with this video. It's a silent 10-second video of a snake
I love it.
slithering its tail.
I love
no
it.
explanation.
But in 2017, she
what you
returned
made
and
me
dropped
do.
Reputation,
Look what you
an
made me
experimental
do.
electropop album. It is heavily satirical and leaned into how Swift was publicly depicted as the villain in tracks like Look What You Made Me Do.
Genius.
Taylor can't come to the phone right
Why is that Miss Taylor Swift?
Why?
Why? Oh. 'Cause she's dead.
It also explored her
Oh,
highly
look what
private
you made me
relationship with
do.
actor Joe Alwyn, which began during her hiatus through deeply intimate love songs like
is
Delicate.
the British
release
one.
signaled the end of a different era altogether, too, as Reputation would mark Swift's final album with Big Machine Records.
Yeah. Why does it feel so good?
Lover era.
I still cannot comprehend how we went from Reputation to Love It. Not to say Love is bad, it just, for me, isn't on the level of Reputation. And I do wonder if that is something to do with her leaving the thingy, her leaving the record label. And I realised when I thought we were getting a Love It TV, I was very incorrect in that. So thank you for the corrections. Lover.
After Reputation, it was time for a rebirth. With her new label, Republic, Swift began teasing her upcoming album in March 2019 with an extensive
2
marketing
years?
campaign.
Mine, I just wanted to let you know that when there's new music, you will be the first to know. I love you so much.
It was clear that the Reputation era was over, with pastel colors, butterfly motifs, and of course, more than a few Easter eggs.
Very
In April,
different.
Swift dropped the lead single, Me, with a kaleidoscopic music video that hinted at the title of the album.
I promise that you'll never find another like me.
The era was symbolized by
Get it off my
activism,
screen.
self-empowerment, and radio-ready pop hits produced by Jack Antonoff, among others. Unfortunately, the Lover era was cut short in early 2020 when the pandemic necessitated the cancellation of the Loverfest tour.
I see traffic lights if it'll be alright. They say I don't know,
Folklore era.
but I knew you playing hide and seek and giving me a weekend.
In March
Oh, I love
2020,
it.
the world went quiet due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With the abrupt hitch in the Lover era, the future of Swift's, well, eras was on pause. That is, until July, when she took
Eras.
to social media to announce the surprise drop of Folklore.
That is so
Folklore was a
cool.
massive departure from her previous sound, experimenting with
Yeah.
genres like indie folk, as well as more fictional storytelling.
Yeah.
Back when we were still changing for
Betty!
better.
No, Betty was the good one.
Swift worked alongside new collaborators like Aaron Dessner of The National and Justin Vernon, as well as her longtime musical partner Jack Antonoff. In November, Disney Plus released a documentary concert film recorded at Long
Pond
Pond
Sessions,
Studio to
Long
celebrate
Pond.
the work.
Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
In 2021,
like the
Folklore was named
ending.
Album of the Year at the Grammys.
But mostly, we just want to thank the fans. You
Deserved.
guys met us in this imaginary world that we created, and we can't tell you how honored we are forever.
Evermore.
I never thought about it at the time how different. Well, I mean, how different 1989, then Reputation, then Lover, then Folklore. Like they are all could not be more different, but like still. Oh, maybe not Lover as much, but they still work in like the genre that they are, and I have so much respect for that. I will always have so much respect for that, and. You know, while I was sat at home doing sit-ups in my bedroom, thinking I was going to get a six-pack, she was out here making album of the year. That is hilarious. New
Era.
stuff now.
I had
New
a
stuff.
feeling so peculiar, evermore.
Thought Swift was done with surprises?
It's
Think
depressing.
again. It was barely 5 months
no.
after the release of Folklore that she dropped its sister album. After Folklore, Swift continued writing and producing collaboratively with the team, especially Dessner.
I saw a lane for my future that it was a real breakthrough moment of excitement and happiness, and I kind of referred to writing these songs as a flotation device because obviously
bet.
this year is hell on earth for everyone.
The result ultimately became Evermore.
Not so much for me, because I got out of all my uni exams. So you know what? Wasn't that bad for me. Could have been worse, but obviously for other people, it was really bad. Yeah.
Which also brought in new collaborators like Haim, another cottagecore
Haim.
album with a folky sound.
pray to
This one
God.
was sonically and lyrically a bit more despondent than its predecessor. It notably
know
produced
what that
one of
word
the
means.
artist's most cathartic tracks, Champagne Problems, as well as the lead single Willow. Evermore was given less pomp and circumstance
Then a
than its
nice
sister,
trend.
prompting fans to dub it a forgotten album, something Swift denounced on the opening night of the Eras Tour in 2023.
Your heart was glass, I dropped it. Champagne problem.
Re-recordings era.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm
In the midst of
I was about to ask, do the re-recordings count as an extension of their original era? Or are they their own like era? Is it like 1989 Part 2 era, if you get what I mean? Like, is that the vibe? I don't know.
of all this, Swift entered a new mini-era, or what you might call an Eras era. In 2019, she entered a master's dispute with her former label over the ownership of her first 6 albums after Scooter Braun purchased Big Machine Records.
I made it very clear that I wanted to be able to buy my music. That
Woo!
opportunity was not given to me, and it was sold to somebody else. And so I just figured I was the one who made this music first. I can just make it again.
After much friction,
preach
Swift
it.
ultimately heeded Kelly Clarkson's advice, which was to re-record her stolen albums. The re-recordings officially kicked off in April 2021 with the release of Fearless, followed by Red, Speak Now, and 1989. Each album
Reputation, when? For the love of God, Reputation TV, when, Miss Taylor Swift? I need it, and I need it now. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh. That is so cool. I didn't realize it was Kelly Clarkson's advice. I like that.
has been appended by Taylor's version and received vault tracks,
Yeah.
aka previously unreleased tracks.
That's
The
so
re-recordings
cool.
have been a fun way for Swifties to revisit old eras, but most importantly represent the importance of owning one's own work.
And let me just say that the definition of the toxic male privilege in our industry is people saying, but he's always been nice to me, when I'm raising valid concerns about artists and their rights to own their music.
Midnight's era.
Bill!
Just when it seemed
Still.
Swift couldn't do more, she proved her tireless work ethic and dedication to fans again by announcing her new album Midnights at the 2022 VMAs.
Just another
Pitched
one.
as a concept album,
Just
it
casual.
revisited 13 sleepless nights in the songstress's career. The pre-release marketing had a distinctly retro, sad girl vibe, where the album sound itself was dreamy synth-pop produced mainly by Jack Antonoff. The deluxe 3 AM edition, meanwhile, also notably featured collaborations with Aaron Dessner.
I vow not to cry anymore if we survived the Great War.
The vulnerable,
Oh,
tongue-in-cheek
God.
anti-hero led the release,
That sounds
followed up
depressing
by
as well.
Bejeweled and Lavender Haze, each with its own Easter egg-filled music video.
It's me. I'm the problem, it's me.
We can't
Oh,
forget to
been there,
mention
Miss
hits
Taylor
like
Swift.
Karma and You're on
Been
Your Own
there.
Kid either. It was also during the Midnights era that Swift kicked off the record-breaking Eras Tour, a 3.5-hour celebration of her career to date.
So you've put out like 5 albums that you haven't done tours for. So what's your plan? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just like do a show with like all the albums in it, and it'll be like what? It'll be like a 3.5-hour long show.
Plus, this was the album that earned her a historic 4th Album of the Year
Oh,
Grammy.
wow.
Before we continue,
Really?
be sure to
Yes, subscribe to Miss Mojo and to me. I was about to ask, so, like, I feel like that's such a thing now, doing an Eras tour. I think, like, you see other artists doing it now where they are doing, like, a tour of kind of everything. And again, I just think that's so cool from a fan perspective, because, you know, you don't just want the new stuff. You want to go to the concert and listen to all the classics as well. And I just think that's so cool. So cool.
subscribe
And I
to
love
our
Friends.
channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option
I'm
to be
subscribed.
notified for occasional videos or
You better
all
be.
of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings
Oh my
and
God.
switch on notifications.
You heard the
Tortured
lady.
Poets Department era.
You heard it.
Let your time right don't you go. It's
Department.
With 10 albums and 4 re-recordings under her
That's
belt,
funny.
it's easy to assume Swift is slowing down. Not yet.
No. She said absolutely no. No.
At the 66th Grammy Awards, Swift hinted something was coming with a coded message on her website. That
Oh.
night, she announced her 11th album, The Tortured Poets Department, with a cryptic peace sign.
Telling you a secret that I've been keeping from you for the last 2 years, which is that my
What does that
brand new album
comes out April 19th.
At midnight on April 19th, fans received the new 16-track synth-pop album. But that wasn't all. At 2 a.m., Swift surprise dropped The Anthology, which included another 15 tracks with a closer sound to Folklore and Evermore.
Do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy?
The lead single, Fortnite, features Post Malone and received a music video with Ethan Hawke and Josh Charles from the Dead Poets Society.
I touched you for only a fortnight.
We don't know where this era will take us, but we're excited to follow our chairman into the fray. Which Taylor Swift era is your absolute favorite? If you can pick just one, let us know what it is in the comments.
Reputation. Hey, Shimmer. She ghosted. Oh.
Check out this.
Don't make me cry. Why was that too real? Is everyone educated? Has everyone got it in the brain? Wow, that was just so interesting to learn about. And like I said before, if anyone's got any more tea, any more goss, please link it down below. Link it any way you can. And I've got a suggestion, reaction suggestion form link in the description. I feel so educated. I feel so smart. Get me a degree. Get me a Taylor Swift degree. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to me a lot. And hopefully I will see you again in the future for some more tea swizzle. But till next time.